Good afternoon, everyone. You see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, really excited. Okay, my topic is the process of coordinating forces to check security through the COVID-19 crisis. The leaders use capacity development of sustainable tourism development, investigator and responsibility. Uh, The first, Associate Professor Vinay Phusi, PhD เกษตรศาสตร์ University, and second, Associate Professor Sumit Suwan, PhD เกษตรศาสตร์ University, uh, Researcher อาจารย์โชคชัยดวงแก้วเกษตรศาสตร์ University, and me อภิเดชช่างชัย from เกษตรศาสตร์ University too. Coronavirus is a big problem. Everyone know the coronavirus outbreak affect the social economy and security of people's life in the world, and of course this outbreak affect tourism. There were lacks of the income, so it's time for people to list up check society through COVID-19 crisis because it's dirty of everyone. Why we must study this problem? Look at this. So with industry promotion policy of Thailand, uh, human resource preparation in Thailand have higher education training, the provide knowledge on the some occasion, but no knowledge to of tourism management in education at the basic level. Okay. Uh, Now COVID-19 affect to the policy of Thailand. Uh, my idea, school in community tourist area, use new normal community to a leader, new normal community tourism, health education and physical education, tourism, recreation activity, uh, new normal solution of the problem. I choose บ้านห้วยมาลัย School, Kanchanaburi Province, located in the area linked to the tourist attraction, provides education for youth. People in the community agree and have need. Is a career choice for young people. My research idea, the development of the model for recreation activity for new normal community to a leader youth through harmonizing of power of the community. A case study of Hue Malay School, Kanchanaburi Province. Target idea of us integrate research by apply the knowledge of the education to develop community tourism. Develop a new normal form recreational activity for youth community to a leader by coordinating the power of community organized to basic education institution. Now, new normal community to a least youth model with the knowledge, skill, and good attitude toward work service industry. Respond to the service industry development policy in the era of COVID-19. Responding development, the conform community synergy. Research objectives. The first, study the connect of the tourist cost of Hue Malay community. Second, develop a new normal from the organizing recreation activity use for youth community to lead by coordinating the power of the community. This is a question. What is the current take of the tourism cost of Hue Malai community. New normal from the organizing recreation activity for youth community to a leader by coordinating to the power of the community how develop. Outcome of recreation activity for youth community to a leader how is a new normal by coordinating the power of the community. How did the stakeholder reflect the result of the development of a new normal from the recreation activity for youth community to a leader by coordinating the power of the community? Research scope content study the context of the tourist called the Hui Malay community and the development new normal from the recreational activity from youth community. Your leader, you to a leader to coordinating the power of the community to the experiment and study the issue of use and reflect stakeholder for past for department school admin, admin administrator, teacher, personnel, and student, community leader, people in the community, government agency, villa headman, district health official, and private sector agency operator in the tourist attract or tourism company that volunteer to participate. Time spent this lesson will study early part of the academic years 2020 of Huimalai School, Kanchanaburi Province. This is a concept framework. Research method. The first, the study of context of the tourist court of Huimalai County. This step to study spatial data of Ban Huimalai and Tamjam tourist attract of the Sangkraburi district, Kanchanaburi. And second, uh, developing a new format for organizing recreation activity for youth community to a leader by coordinating the power of the community. Research method data collecting were used triangulation technique, uh, documentary analysis, interview, and observe social phenomenon study. Outcome synthesis data contact is a tourism cost of Malay community and like tourism sites. A new normal from the organized recreation activity for youth community to a leader by coordinating the power of the community, knowledge, skill, and uh, attitude skill, reflection on the development of recreational activity for youth to a leader. Conclusion found that the process of coordinating first to a leader youth capacity development, developing knowledge, skill, and attitude of tourist youth for sustainable tourism was one approach which was through this crisis. A coronavirus vaccination campaign was still necessary and creates understanding of tourist management in the new normal era. Get vaccinated, wear a mask, carry alcohol, and test for coronavirus for people in the community was another important issue. This this process uh, was a solution to problem through democratic concept. Therefore, is proposed that the tourist community in the each area use this approach to the development, rehabilitate these tourists attraction because no one know the problem them and solution to the problem that the community itself. Okay, academic. Uh, the result of the research are disseminated to the economic social reading to the use of the academic extension check as further research of the academics who conduct study related to these research to contribute to perform trust check as a reference in the teaching material or other academic activity. The Ministry of Education uses laser to be used as information to packaging service in industry subject in the basic education curriculum. Policy leader of Ban Hoi Malay or similar community can use the list of this list to be used information to formulate local development policy in the dimension of community tourism education economic and commercial. The community use the result of this research as a guideline for future development of community tourism management that will bring income to the community and create economic sustainable at the community level. Business organization business organization in the service industry have a network to the coordinate cooperation and bring research result for further develop the community tourist business. Social and community uh, the result of this research and guideline for creating job and creating career to for youth and people in the community published in journal. The research can disseminate academic research at the TCI one level or the scuba level, trust uh, being beneficial and leading the research further. Okay, and and fourth.
Okay, take a deep breath, Ajahn Pite. For the first one, anyone have a question for the first publication or presentation for Ajahn Pite? It's a very interesting topic that you're talking about the youth, talking about the school to prepare the human resource for the tourism industry. Any project or any research that you would like to how to say to use in the another area or to make a bigger models or to make another area that you are looking at?
I think if now is on process is between correcting data for saturate data. If uh, if is success, I think is uh, promote to the other area. Okay.
That will be interesting. Any question for Ajahn Apide before he show up for the next presentation?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes. A student
Okay.
student can ask me in Thai if you want to ask me, or you can ask in class. I saw multi people in class, in this class, in conference. Okay. uh, give I continue next topic. Okay.
ค่ะ
Really
เชิญค่ะ
exciting. Okay. You see my slide? Everyone, you see?
Yes, it's working.
Okay. Thank. Uh, the first topic is I am position lecturer, but now I am student, PhD student. Uh, this topic is a part, is a one part of the my thesis in PhD student. Okay. The way of survival of the Tajin Riverside Market community approach of stepping through the COVID-19 crisis of tourism community. As associate uh, Dr. Santi Sisantang, advisor, and Dr. Prasong Tanvichai, co-advisor, and me, student. Okay. Department of Human and Community Resource Development, Faculty of Education Development, Style, Kasesa University. Okay. Why we master the way of survival? Why? The coronavirus outbreak has struck the tourists of the Tajin Riverside community, resulting in the lack of the income for people in the community. This problem is require urgent solution through the participant of the people in the community. Uh, I will talk you about contact and interview Tajin Riverside community. The national develop goal to make people happy, uh, city, uh, progress, stable. You everyone know มั่นคงมั่งคั่งยั่งยืนfrom นายกตู่นะครับ be developing people to be good and competent based on the philosophy sufficient economy and resource according to social landscape. The development of Thailand in the past was based on mainstream development concept and theory, modernization, radical growth, and liberalism. The resource development has made the economy grow by left and brought some people are rich few and some many are poor. The problem of social inequality is increased in the contrast to the aspiration of the country development of the government era เพิ่มเติมนะครับคนจนยิ่งจบยิ่งจนยิ่งเจ็บยิ่งโง่ความเหลื่อมล้ำทางสังคมมันก็เยอะนะครับ is the origin of the sufficient economic philosophy and new theory agriculture and concept of the alternative then development theory that people in the nation are quite a lot. Okay. Next, ancient Thai settlement of erect community in riverside area because is a facility from the settlement of the river that form triangular soil ดินดอนสามเหลี่ยมนะครับดอรัสอย่างนี้ครับนะครับ transport transportation is convenient because ship are used transport product and agricultural product นะครับ is was advantage area in the time of war therefore set up city by water and dug a canal around it สอดคล้องกับเมื่อเช้านี้ของอาจารย์จงนะครับที่ว่าอยุธยาเขาก็สร้างเมืองนะครับเมื่อเช้านี้เนาะนะครับ laying foundation for a lifestyle based on the context of the waterfront community context society culture economy politics education, public health, and development process. Occupational farming, planting animal husbandry, freshwater fishing, and mainline sell agricultural products. The market play an important role because it's an exchange area located on the waterfront because it's convenient for the transportation. The market an area for exchange product, consumer and product, agricultural product in each locality. Okay, you see, uh, the market change across to the social landscape. During Sukhothai Pride, most make located on the land. Most of Ayutthaya Pride was located along the waterfront. Ratanakosin during right of the King Rama first to four, uh, the market is located on the waterfront. Ratanakosin during the right five current, the market is installed on the road. Okay, uh, the problem, more people need comfort, people need a live factor. Development the need the people, scientific revolution, industrial revolution, green revolution for need of human, need of us. Okay. The rain came, the Lord came, the bird because less important everything. The riverside market committee saying waterfront market, land and market, on the waterfront, the land market away from the water, and the land market on the road. Okay, the economy fluctuate up the and down, unpredictable, showing the transformation struck from the water land. Foreign foreign country have also adjusted in the same direction. The waterfront market community recognize and learn to adapt the survival. The coronavirus outbreak has struck the tourism. What can we do? The Tajin river market community has adapted to the survival Samchuk market, uh, cultural revitalization, cultural tourism management. Samchuk, everyone know if you are Thai. Don't fight. Fruit market has adapted to be a waterfront tourism market community serve with the environment of the ท่าจีน river. 9 ห้อง market use the be center of light trading. People in the community tend to organizing tourism. บางแม่ไม้ community, Malot and some then move leads the water for the lifestyle as a tourism highlight. Adaptation for the existence of the ท่าจีน river community culture. Cultural transmission accepting a cultural from the another society that a culture makes. Culture is something that human beings change in the order to the forest color. Culture is a complex entity consisting of knowledge, belief, as flow, tradition, ability, habits, and it. Cultural transmission accept a culture from another sociality that the culture makes. Network development, learning space, develop people according to the social landscape, study of history. Okay, is King Ramanai states development must be based on geography and topography terrain. In social science, in sociology, people Greek can force people to think otherwise. We have to advise, but if we went to see what he really want and then explain to him the principle to development would be very helpful. Okay, Thailand has abundant natural resource situation for agricultural uh, and has society, culture, and tradition, divine wisdom, and is a considered and a strength if there is a understanding of people in the nation to be able to live and live in a sufficient Thai people will be able to survive even if there is an epidemic. Okay, the problem what problem the problem of land desolate and what can make only old people and children live in rural area. This is a party due uh, to drought and lack of water source for agricultural. Therefore there should be rehabilitation of available land, solving the problem of the water resource for agricultural knowledge, building in collecting people to focus on the resource they have and creating understanding for people to be able to rely on themselves in a new dimension that may occur at any time by just the understanding and then gradually adjusting, starting to the B cells land, not losing to reduce dependency from the state and share with author to building a network of help and share. The study considering is an understanding of the body of knowledge, wisdom, the changing context, the society, economy, politics, education, decentralization in the world. Field that is a complication complicate to understand this need an understanding of the oneself, society, and community that there is a way of the life to process and policy development, especially to rural society. There are create there are current things that rural social development need to understand the condition and factor of existence, and when you understand or expect you will be able to plan the development life on the spot. This is my concept framework uh, of okay research objective study the persistent support and adaptation of the Tajin liver market community that has transitioned from the commodity market to the market synthesis synthesis of correlation of the factor existence of the Tajin liver market community from the uh, community market to the tourism market. Okay, main question: how is persistent support and adoption of the Tajin liver market community from the community market to the tourist market? Secondary question had four topic. One, what is the context of the Tajin liver market community? The dynamic of the Tajin liver market community, how to form how is it from the community market to the tourist market? How is a persistent support and adaptation of the Tajin Riverside community from the community market to the tourist market? What are the conditions and factors of the existence of the Tajin River market community market from the community market to the tourist market? Okay, research scope. Uh, the research aim to study the beginning of the Tajin community market of the present. Therefore, the study point was assessed during the year uh, 19 and 16 and 20 and 21. Okay, area uh, area border community area that are Tajin riverside market from upstream to the Gulf of Thailand that still have the trace of the transition from community market to tourism market, such as Sam Chuk market community, Don Ngoai fruit market community, Lampaya fruit market community, and the author Tajin River Market Committee. The key information consists of network community, the public sector, the private sector, and university uh, that willing to allow research to the study and content, but the study committee uh, context, society, culture, economy, politics, economic, education, public health, development process, the dynamic of the transition from community market to the tourism market, standing, defending, and adapting the Tajin Riverside Market Committee, then interpret and synthesize the condition and factor of the existence of the Tajin River Market Community market from the community market to the tourism market. Research method. Um, the article aims to seeking the way of survival of the Tajin Riverside market tourism community. They will use triangulation techniques, documentary analysis technique, such as uh, article research report, and the author is related. Interview online technique. Uh, to get people in community, people from government agency, and people from private sector, and observe the social phenomenon at Tajin Riverside Market Community area. Then synthesis approach of stepping through the COVID-19 crisis of the tourism community. Okay, good. This study uh, for that, the using learning space is a keyword. Using learning space of all stakeholders is to find a common and solution based on democratic thinking, seeking problem, planning, action, observe, uh, and reflection through participate. Uh, where were the way of survival of the Tajin Riverside Market Community. And however, a coronavirus vaccine campaign was still necessary and creating an understanding of the tourism management in the after COVID-19 era. Uh, not forget, no forget, get vaccinated, wear a mask, carry alcohol, and test for coronavirus to stakeholder was another important issue. Therefore, is proposed to the committee that organize tourism on the Tajin River to be guideline 4th July, the development of the tourism for the community towards sustainability of this crisis. Okay, the government agency, private sector, community, educational institution be able to apply the research finding on the persistent support the adoption of the Tajin River Market Committee to the further development as a supplementary data policy formulation of community development at Tajin Riverside Market for the Tajin Waterfront Market Committee and other waterfront market community issue in the development of the people in the community to be able life happily and sustainably. Okay,
Thank you อาจารย์อภิเดชค่ะ Any question for อาจารย์อภิเดชไหมคะ
Can I have some question? Can I have some question?
Any question? Okay, อาจารย์อภิเดชค่ะ What the potential factor of the Tajin Riverside market to increase the local economy?
Now I am exciting. Please ask me in Thai. อาจารย์ปัทภพร
Okay, what the potential factor of the Tajin Riverside market to increase the local economy?
potential okay
You going through the location of Tajin River, what you found that you think that can add the value to have the service product or to develop to be the destination for the tourists? That what you found?
This article from the one part of my thesis, but thesis is start. But when I study the area, if you ask for the potential of them,
Yeah, the location.
the location now in the potential of location of a market is the past have a full tourism, but when COVID-19 come is black, they cannot making or they cannot management tourism in them community, and I have idea he can they can not stopping, they cannot quiet, uh, 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 they have the potential for thinking to make plan action by themselves.
You mean that at your the one of the parts of your research that you found that they have the engines, they have their own story,
Yeah.
and they might have some how to say the local product to buy for the tourists after the COVID-19 is gone, or we leave, or they open for to be the tourist destination.
Yes.
Okay. So anyone have any question? We are going through the last one. The last one Please welcome to Kun Warashot. Kun Warashot, are you here?
I am hearing you. Okay. Let me start with my presentation.
Okay, I give you a stage.
Moment, please. Let me see my file. Google Drive. Moment, please.
And if we can help with the technique,
Moment, please. I cannot find my file presentation.
we have our support team to help us. Okay, it's coming.
Can I send my presentation on the line of Dr. Piapong?
Dr.
And-
Piyapong, can you help Kun Warashot to open his presentations?
Okay, send to me now.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for that problem.
You might need to stop sharing first.
Okay.
Kun Warashot will be the last one for this section, and after that, for the certificate, we'll send to your emails as your registrations, and